There is nothing worse than regret. There's nothing worse than the regret and the pain you will feel as a man, knowing that you could have taken action, you could have done something. Imagine you saw a member of your family crash their car and the car's on fire and you were too scared to go and pull them out. And then the car explodes and you're going to be sitting there looking in the mirror, hating yourself, knowing that you had a chance to do something and you didn't act. You weren't brave when the time came. You could be a someone. You could be a millionaire. You could save your mother from being coarsened in the labor market, and you still didn't try. If you could just dedicate yourself to something for once in your fucking life, put the porn down, get your dick out your hand, and focus for once in your life, for one period, you could be rich forever. All you have to do is not be a lazy loser. It's also about doing the work. The best thing you can possibly do as a man is prepare for the endless difficulty that's going to come your way. There's no way out as a man. You're either going to have a very difficult life to become somebody important, or you're going to suffer the difficulty of being invisible. What do you want to do? You want to be invisible and just hide and work in Starbucks and never have a girlfriend who truly loves you and nobody care if you live or die? Or do you want to go out there and be top G and be the most famous man in the world and have government agencies trying to lock you up for no reason, putting you in a dungeon? You have to make a choice. It's going to be difficult either way. I think that's what has to happen as a man.
If you're the kind of person who quits when they get hit with hard times, you are destined to fail against the men who do the absolute opposite. And let me tell you the kicker. There are men less intelligent than you. There are men less smart, less anything you could name. They may fail against you in every single human metric except for perseverance. You give up, they don't. And they will be the ones who win. A Nissan should never beat a Ferrari around a track. But if the Ferrari breaks down halfway and the Nissan keeps going, the Nissan is going to...
People sit there and go, yeah, but it's hard. You wouldn't want it if it wasn't hard. Because if it wasn't hard, everyone would have it and it would have no value. If everybody had a six-pack, you wouldn't want a fucking six-pack. This is the beauty of it. People don't understand that the fact it's hard is what makes it beautiful. That's what makes it good. That's what makes you want it at all. Why is a nice body so coveted? Because people know how hard it is to have a nice body. So you can't sit and complain about the value of things and then complain it's hard. Yeah, I'll do it later. Who says you'll have later? You are not owed later. You've been a loser your entire life. You've been alive for 20-something years and you don't even matter on the planet. You don't appear on Google, nobody cares about you, and you're assuming you have a later? Says who? You don't even deserve a later. It's given to you by God's good grace. All of the people who died today thought they had a later. They didn't have one. You will run out of time.
You're not motivated? You're struggling to pay the bills. I buy cars weekly. There's people out here with $100,000 to spend on dinner. And you're struggling to pay your bills and you're not motivated? You want me to come along and convince you to try? Are you one of those people who just deserve serfdom? Do you deserve to be a peasant? Look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes.
My entire life is work. So when people want to quit, they want to give up, everybody has an excuse, nobody has any time, they will do it next week, they're a bit tired, they don't understand. That's all loser talk. You're not allowed to do that. That is part of the gauntlet. That is the off-ramp towards loserdom. You're on the highway, you're driving. There's exits all along the way to Loserville, Loser Town. When you're tired, when you don't feel like working, when you don't have enough time, when it's difficult, you can get off the highway anytime you want, but if you stay on the highway, you will end up a winner. When I hear people say, oh, it's hard, or I don't have time, etc., all you're doing is telling me you're a loser. Every single winner feels the same as you do. The difference is they do not quit. They do not give up. They do not make excuses. They stay on the highway. It's amazing what you can achieve if you never give up. My saying, unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. That point is important. Sheer indefatigability, the inability to become fatigued. If you never quit, if you never give up, if you never give in, you're gonna get exactly what you wanted. All you had to do is not be a fucking coward, and you still failed. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't care about excuses. God doesn't care about excuses. And the winners who went through the exact same things you're going through, who didn't quit, don't care about excuses. There are winners and losers in the world. You are either a winner who dedicates himself, never gives up, continues to learn, does everything he knows he needs to do regardless of how he feels, or you're a loser who makes excuses and you stay invisible for the rest of human time. Make a choice.
Only gonna get rich if you talk to rich people about money. You need to be surrounded by rich people. You need to have rich friends. You need to be having money conversations. You need to be sitting down and talking about money.
If my entire reality is full of multimillionaires making money, how am I not going to make money? You must learn things, how money moves, how to make money, and the realities of business and finance. We will teach you.
There's nowhere else on the internet you can go and spend $49 and sit for an entire month learning from 18 millionaires how to make money. There's nowhere else on the planet. It's the only place.
Difficulty, value are inextricably linked. So when you see something as hard, you see something as valuable, and you have to train your mind to be excited by hard things, to feel energized by the challenge, to feel self-motivated by the chance to prove to God you deserve this hard thing. Hard is amazing. Difficult is amazing. It's just the universe telling you that that thing is valuable.
You're gonna feel happy as a man when you feel respected and needed. You need a purpose. People need to need you alive. If you're the kind of man who everyone's life can function perfectly fine if you get struck by lightning, then you're not gonna feel happy. You're gonna feel happy when you realize that people need you. And for them to need you, you have to be useful and you have to be competent. And whether that's children or your girlfriend or your parents or anyone else who cares about you, I think living for other people is one of the most beautiful things a man can do because it gives you a purpose, a higher purpose. And most of the men out there who live normal lives do exactly that. Why do they work jobs? They work jobs for other people. They don't do it for themselves. They don't even keep most of the money. It goes on the kid, the wife, the house, and they're taking care of others. And that's a masculine imperative God has instilled in us, and it's a beautiful thing. And I think if you're going to do that, you may as well do it for your own offspring. Who else are you doing it for? Genuinely ask yourself a question. For the last 2 years, you never skipped a training. You never wasted time. You never scrolled TikTok. You never jerked off to Pornhub. You never sat aimlessly on the internet typing in garbage, never played video games. You never wasted time. Imagine the person you would be. Genuinely imagine what you would look like. Imagine where you would live. Imagine the car you would drive. Imagine how much your woman would respect you. Imagine the love you would see in her eyes when she looks at you with adoration like a king. Imagine your existence. That person is waiting for you, and the only thing that's stopping you from being that person is your monumental laziness.
I refuse to break. I refuse to cry. I refuse to be depressed about it. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to smile regardless. And regardless of what happens to me, I want everyone to know that, one, I would never kill myself. And two, I think that as a man, there's always going to be a degree of pain and suffering in your journey. I don't think you're ever going to become a successful man or be good at being a man without pain and suffering. So all of the pain and all the suffering I've ever gone through in my life ended up, in the end, building me into the person I am, and I'm proud of who I am.
If you're already working hard, you're already going to the gym, you make sure that you're getting as much muscles as possible, as much money as possible. You're dedicated. You don't sleep in. You don't waste your time. You don't smoke weed. You don't play video games. You're focused on trying to become fantastic as a person. That girl who broke your heart or cheated on you, the most powerful move you can make is ignore her. You're going to continue your ascent, and she's going to have to watch you for the rest of her life be the man that she could have been with that she's no longer good enough for.